Number 3, approval of minutes. 3A, regular meeting, May 11, 2015, see attached.
Couple of questions, Kathy. At the bottom of the first paragraph of that starts Tom Wendy, principal of Smith Shiver. The increased amount of federal funding, is that the all the catch up?
No, it's all the grants and stuff. It's the federal grant money for all the projects that we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 2014.
Where,
I just wondered if that was all of
revenues
there.
have increased from state grants and hangar rentals? Or which part, which sentence?
No, the second to the last sentence in the opening paragraph, because of the increased amount of federal funding received in 2014,
Yeah.
that single audit
Yeah.
needs to be conducted, and I
Yeah.
was just wondering if that was due to I couldn't remember.
Well, that's the airport grant, and it's the sewer and water for PFA funding for Highway
Okay.
43. It's anything that has federal money attached to it.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Anybody else?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Colvinson, second by Mr. Hansi. Questions or comments? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 4, appearance of interested citizens. Second call for appearance of interested citizens. Last call for appearance of interested citizens. Seeing none, we will move on. Number 5, notices, communications, announcements. 5A, Wednesday, June 3rd, 2015, 6 p.m., Montini Hall, Emerald Ash Borer Information Meeting. Minnesota Department of Agriculture, discussing quarantine of Fillmore County, how to limit the spread, answer questions, hear public comments. And 5B, Historic Bluff Country. Leaders and stakeholders for Historic Bluff Country National Scenic Byway, Highway 16 from La Crescent to Dexter, Minnesota are invited for a 2-hour summit to discuss thoughts and ideas for partnerships, sustainability, and strengthening volunteer leadership along the byway. Minnesota Scenic Byway Commission will join us on Thursday, June 18th at 9:30 a.m. for this very important meeting. This is an opportunity for communities, members along the byway to strengthen partnerships and to reconnect. That'll be Thursday, June 18th, 9:30 to 11:30 at the Lanesboro Community Center. Let's move on to number 6, the consent agenda. Any questions or comments from the council on the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hansi, second by Mr. Dahl. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 7, public hearing. There is none this evening. Number 8, general business. 8A, consideration of reviewing, approving the recommendation of the Public Works Department for the construction of a structure for seasonal storage of sand, gravel, and other equipment. See attached memo, drawings, and details of proposed project. You gonna talk to us about this?
Oh, just here if you got any questions, I guess.
Thank you, Dave. Here's to take the lead on this. Steve? Dave?
Public Works project, Your Honor. They looking to have a storage facility so that in the wintertime the rock doesn't freeze and you get your mixture right there. It won't leach into the ground. We have to cover the sand salt because of the protected waterways that are nearby. So
That's probably the biggest concern is just the contamination to the ground, and then it will give us better facility, to have the sand in. And now the way it is, if we need gravel for like the Bluff Road water main break or something, then we need to get connection with the village and get a hold of them and get access to rock. So we'd have our own dry rock under a roof. So we'd have availability to that also. And then in the summer, it would just be used for storage of whatever equipment needs to be put under the roof.
Do you still get the majority of what you need from
State shop.
sand and
Yep.
salt from the state shop? Okay.
But we do have to have something down here. There are times when they're not around and we need it, and we tried to work something out as far as having a key, but it won't work with up there, so.
So, is this for a combination of rock and salt? And then the underground there, or not underground, but on the surface of the ground, that'd be pavement so that there wouldn't be any leaching down.
Well, we'll use that ground blacktop, and then if you don't, as long as you don't have the rain on it, that's what washes the salt out. If it's all dry, then there's no leaching that would take place.
So what do you do with it now?
It sits outside.
And the
And
pile will
leaches.
freeze, so they gotta bang, they gotta hit it hard.
Yeah,
And
the
they
ground-
usually have a pretty small sand salt pile.
Pile shouldn't freeze it, it's all sand.
Right,
The gravel
pile
freezes.
As soon as that gets any moisture,
But how much use do you get out of the gravel? I mean, where are the gravel roads you gotta,
well, we got the bluff road, the cemetery road, the gravel parking lot,
Highway 43.
before you see.
Right now. Unfortunately.
Well, if you got
They're gonna need a
water
bigger
main
building.
break,
Right.
you gotta fill in a water main break. Not that that ever happens in the winter time.
Right.
So, I think I read whereby this is gonna have white steel.
Well, we'll match the other shed that's there.
So isn't that a tan shed or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
And same with the roof?
Yeah, it's just tan steel. Oh, here's,
Panel siding and steel wall.
it's switched around here, it's got tan trim and white, it's supposed to be the other way around.
can you not utilize the building you got down there, the old one, by putting a concrete floor in it? Where you park the building down there is open.
Yeah, we thought about that too, but that's full in the winter time already, so we'd have to put something outside.
Piece of equipment.
Right. And then that wasn't, this'll have concrete wall, so there's no issue with, you know, rusting out the tin or busting it, or if you get sand or rock or something piled against it. This will be made for that type of storage.
And the 14-foot height, that allows you to dump inside,
Right.
so you don't have to handle it in there. Okay.
We will, like it says on front there, city crew dig and pour footings, and then, we'll have a contractor do, cause you need forms to do the, pour the wall, and then, we can do the majority of the structure building, and then have somebody else put the steel on, that has the tools for the cutting and working with steel.